by talking a little bit about what helps a tree grow. So what do you think might be important for a tree to grow? What does it need? What does it need, Bradley?
Water.
It needs water. Excellent. Ethan, what else?
Like oxygen.
Oxygen, very good. Logan? Roots, okay. What things does it need from the environment in order to grow? Emily?
Sunlight.
Sunlight is a biggie, isn't it? Good, what else?
Dirt.
Dirt, why does it need dirt? Cameron?
It needs to grow where the soil can get moist.
Exactly, it needs to grow in the soil, and I'm glad you used the science term for it, and it gets nutrients up through its roots. So we're going to play a little game today. It has to do with how trees grow. It is called Every Tree for Itself. And today you are going to be trees, and you're going to try and grow the best you can. So we have these little colored chips, and they're going to represent 3 of the things that trees and all living things need in order to grow. The first one is white, and that's going to be the sunlight. All right? I bet you can guess what blue is.
Water.
Water, you got it. And what do you think the red is?
Sunlight. Soil.
Soil, the nutrients from the soil. So we've got food, water, and sunlight. Very good. So for this, you're all going to be a different type of tree. So I brought some trees with me. What I'd like you to do is put your tree on the ground, and you're going to plant your root on it. So go ahead and step right on it. Make sure you know what kinds you are, all right? Now, kids, you're now planted in the circle of trees. So you can move your branches and your leaves. You can reach out in any direction, but you have to stay rooted right where you are. If you pull up off your roots, guess what happens to you?
You die.
You wither and die. So if that accidentally happens, you're down and out for this part of the game, all right? The second rule is you need to listen for start and stop. So when I say ready, set, grow, that's when you can gather the items. And when I say stop, please stop right away. All right, remember not to start until I say the word. You're all the way down into the ground like a big strong tree. Ready, set, grow. And stop. All right, now what I'd like you to do is count up how many chips you have, and would you please sort them by color so we can see them? You can put them right down with the sunlight, the soil, and the water. Anybody who's missing anything? Ooh. So what do you think would happen in this forest if everybody got all 3 of these things
They
they
grow
need?
really high.
The trees would probably grow really high, wouldn't they? What do trees need to grow again? Who can name all 3 things again? Cameron, can you help us out?
Sunlight, water, and nutrients.
Exactly, nutrients from the soil. So what would happen if there were not so many of these elements?
The trees would die.
The trees might die, or they might be under stress, right? We're going to change the game just a little bit. So you've all had superior growth this first year. This is first year of the study. Now we're going to have a little something where things get pretty dry. Raise your hand if you know, what is it called when conditions get really, really dry? There's not a lot of rain. Simon? Well, it can be summertime. Drought. When we, yeah, no, that's right. I wasn't clear about that. So what you're going to do is you're going to give me back just your blue chips, please. Just your blue chips. We're going to take away some of that water element.
All of them?
Just for now.
Thank you. Hey, give it to her. There's a water.
Then what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to take your other elements, thank you, take your other elements and throw them towards the middle. Just give them a good toss. There you go. Great. Now luckily, even during the drought, there is a little tiny stream that runs through the middle. And it wraps right around this way. There's a tiny stream, so even during the drought, there's a little creek that runs right through. So let's do some predicting. What do you think might happen during this year in the forest? Bradley?
They won't grow as much as they did.
They might not grow as much. Why not?
Because there's less water.
There's less water to go around. Well, let's find out. We're going to check it out. Remember the 2 rules? Keep your roots planted, listen for start, and listen for stop. Ready? Ready, set, grow. All right, and stop. All right, count them up. Put them in piles. All right, what are you noticing in the forest?
Barely have any water.
Hardly any water except for these trees over here that were right by the stream, right?
He was. He's exactly in front.
Well, you had a couple. That'll help you. So one of the general ways that we look at it in this game is if you have 3 of each of the required elements, you have a year of great growth, 2 of each is average growth, and 1 or less is a year of poor growth. So kind of take a look at how your tree would have
I'm
done.
good. I'm
I would have had an average growth.
All right.
I'm great girl. I'm awesome.
Wonderful. So we have some trees over here that are really thriving and some trees over here that are having a little harder time without the water, right? We're going to add a mystery element to the forest ecosystem. So look at these beautiful chips. They have
Walmart.
these green stars on them. So something magical, something mysterious. We don't know what it is yet. We will find out. But this first time for this round, we're not going to know what it is. So you may get some of these and you might not. So we'll see how it affects your growth. So we're going to play the same game. You're going to stay rooted right where you are. You're doing a great job with that. Oh, scoot back to your regular spot. I'm going to put these out. Those trees will sway in the wind, but they're not going to grab any of the elements they need quite yet.
I'm swaying.
All right, now, not yet. Look at these beautiful emerald green mystery elements. Ready, set, grow. And stop. Put them out in front of your roots and sort out if you got any of those beautiful green ones with a little star on it.
I got 2.
So, it looks like we have a year of pretty good growth around the forest. Now, raise your hand if you have one of the mystery items. Anybody? Everybody got some. Well, I'm going to show you what the mystery items are, and perhaps you've heard of this before.
Are they bad?
Well, we're going to let you decide. Maybe you've heard of this before. Remember I said it's an emerald green chip? It's an emerald ash borer. Raise your hand if you know what an emerald ash borer is. Caleb, what is that?
I didn't get them. They're basically bugs that dig holes through the trees, and then they can kill the trees.
Now they have something in their name. They have ash in their name.
I'm a black ash. And they only
Yes, they
I'm a
only
black
affect
ash.
ash trees.
I'm a black ash.
So look and see. Hold up your card if you're an ash tree of some kind.
I'm not.
Yes!
So what's going to happen to those 2 trees?
They die.
They die. Yes. So emerald ash borer is a what? Invasive species. And it affects the ash trees. So what does this help us know about when we're planting? Let's say that we own this hotel.
I never got it.
Oh, you didn't? And, or maybe at your school, if you were helping to plant some trees around the parking lot or the playground, Ethan, how would this help you make some decisions about what you might plant?
Non-ash.
Maybe non-ash? Okay. What else? Can you think of any other kinds of trees that might have invasive species? Can you think of any other types? Well, there are lots of different types of invasive species, unfortunately, and I brought a couple with me. And so we have to be careful when we're planting trees.
Just for trees?
We want to make sure that we have what's called diversity. We want to make sure we have diversity. Okay, here's another invasive species we can learn about, gypsy moths. So whenever you're planting